What's up YouTube? Robbie Vapes back again, and today we're doing the first ever Robbie Rambles. So stay tuned. Welcome everyone to the first episode of Robbie Rambles. I figured it was kind of a cool little name. Basically this is another vlog for me. Wanted to get back into vlogging a little bit just because I have a lot of stuff on my mind and I tend to bring it out in reviews, which I actually just did a review on the Cloudboard Mini Plus, which you may have already seen. But basically what I did was I rambled a little bit on some button rattle issues and things like that. And I find in a lot of videos I tend to ramble a lot. And basically what I wanted to do was kind of bring all that rambling into one spot, and that's what this is meant to be. So with that being said, one thing I want to start out with before we go any further is of course HR 2058. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It is a very important, very necessary, key proposal, I guess, in favor of vaping. And what it is basically there's an old bill, and I'm probably not the best person to talk about it too much, but I will have a link down in the description for where you can find it. And there is a petition going on right now, guys. If you haven't already heard of it, I mean this is a couple weeks old by now, but hopefully we can still get some action going on it. Essentially what's happening is in these states, our brothers to the south, and where most of you guys live actually, what's happening is they're proposing a legislation that pretty much wipes out all products from 2007 onward, making them all pretty much banned. There's no grandfather rule, there's nothing in place. In order to have new products come to the market, they have to go through these excruciating tests from the FDA and I can't remember who else, but basically what it's doing is it's pretty much putting us back in the industry so far back that we're pretty much going to be limited to cigalikes and only cigalikes, and the new products that do come to market are going to be super expensive because they're going to have to go through their own process in order to get approved, which as of today very few products have, if any. So I mean, and it's a $300,000 process, something like that, to get a product approved. Most of these companies can't afford it. A lot of these companies are smaller, kind of, I wouldn't say mom and pop shops, but they're definitely bigger than that. They're manufacturers. But to spend that kind of money on improving a product and pushing it forward into the market, it's going to pretty much become, little to none. And the ones that do make it through are going to be super expensive. And again, that goes back to if they in fact make it through. So I'll have a link down to the petition below where you can find out all the information. Again, it's going to be much more accurate than what I can tell you. I'm probably not the best person to say it, but I felt the need to at least put it out there for people. If you haven't heard about it, make sure to sign the petition if you're not down in the States. This goes back to the whole Call the White House thing, if that rings any bells for anyone. A lot of big name reviewers, Suck My Mod, Grim Green, Rip Trippers even, all those guys put together, and of course even other people, or even other reviewers down there, again some bigger names, Vaping Heathen, Mike Vapes, Vaping Faggot, I think did one. I can't remember if he did one or not off the top of my head, but basically everybody's been doing it, and I just wanted to send some support down to the States right now, because if this doesn't pass, HR 2058, it basically limits vaping down there for you guys completely. And of course, why am I concerned? Well, first of all, I care about my subscribers and all of you guys out there. As you know, I love my subscribers. You guys are the best. I can't wait to have a name for you guys, which that video should be out shortly as well. But basically, I mean, the reason why I'm doing this as well, let's be honest, there's always some sort of hidden agenda behind it, some selfishness going on, and that has to do with a lot with how Canada tends to follow how the States acts. And if this doesn't go through in the States, chances are something along the same lines will happen in Canada, and we'll be sent back in time 7, 8 years ago as well. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I just wanted to get it out there. Again, like I said, I will have a link in the description below. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Make sure to sign the petition if you haven't already. And that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to be vaping on and off in this video, by the way. I just want to keep it relaxed and calm. So if you see me take a hit, don't be offended. Hopefully you're not. I mean, again, this is Robbie Rambles, so we'll see how it goes. Some other things I wanted to talk about. There's been a lot of interesting topics brought to my attention recently that I thought was really cool. Specifically for the new channel I'm a part of, the Great Devape. There's been some interesting things brought up. A few people have asked me to do debates on one in particular stuck in my mind, and that is, should reviewers be held responsible for the products they're reviewing? In other words, if a product turns out to be dangerous, should the reviewers who recommended it maybe be held accountable for it in at least a certain amount of degree? And it's a very interesting topic. As a reviewer, as a big part of the community, I can kind of see both sides to it, which is why it would make such a great Devape. But at the same time, I feel like even if you spent a year with the device to review it, there's no guarantees that your particular device could have an issue. As you've seen in plenty of my other videos, I seem to have the luck of the draw here, and it's not a good draw. I tend to get a lot of defective products, or a lot of products that don't work the way they should. As you may have seen in some other videos, I'll have issues with posts coming out in RDAs, which I don't think I've actually talked about, but I've had a couple RDAs where the posts have come out. They're clones, guys. Honestly, I'm not super offended by it, but at the same time, I've had those issues before. I've had issues where mods don't work. I've had to return them. I've had issues with the very first Royal Hunter I ever bought had an issue, and I had to return it and exchange it. I actually had a black one at first. Now I have a silver one. Not a big deal for me, color-wise. Don't really care, but you know, it's one of those things where I guess what I'm saying is, again, this is a rambling vlog, so you can expect me to go off topic a lot. But what I'm trying to say is, as a reviewer, I feel like maybe to help hold us accountable may not be fair, because we may be getting one device that works and you may not be getting a device that works, or vice versa, of course. It could always happen either way, but to hold us accountable, it's a good question, because obviously there's a lot of debate in the community right now as to, you know, how can I trust reviewers if they're not going to give honest reviews and things like that. You know, what if people are getting paid by the company, and what if they're getting commissions, and everything like that comes into play. And I can see where you guys are coming from. As far as I know, I don't know for sure if anyone's actually getting paid off any of these companies to do these product reviews. I know I'm not. That being said, I will admit I just signed up to be affiliates with a few different retailers or online stores. So I will have links to all my descriptions going forward if you guys want to use them. To buy something, you can. I will get a commission off it. And again, just straight up honesty here. I just want to put it out there just because I feel like it's something that needs to be put out there. If I have an affiliate link down below and you want to buy something and you want to use it, by all means. If you don't, I won't be offended. I mean, obviously, you know, it's been talked about before. I know Twisted 420's brought it up in the past, but as a reviewer, you really don't make a lot of money, especially off the ads. You know, to date, I've barely made enough to make a withdrawal. Let's put it that way. And if anyone knows what the withdrawal limit is, it's $100. I've been doing this for 8 months now, since February, so it's 9 months now, I guess, almost 9 months. Probably 9 months by the time this is posted, which is the 24th of February is what I'm referring to when I first put my first video up ever. And again, I mean, you don't make a ton of money. That being said, I've said it in the past, I'll say it again. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this because I love talking to you guys. I love, you know, reviewing these products, and to me, and I'll address this in another segment I wanted to do in this video, but you know, there's been so many positives in my life because of these videos that it's just been an absolute pleasure to do them, and I really don't expect much out of them, you know, monetary wise. If I make enough money to buy a mod or something to review for you guys, then great. If I don't, I'll probably go out and buy it anyways because I have no self-control. But yeah, I mean, that's just wanted to put it out there. I will have affiliate links to my descriptions going forward. If you want to use them, great. If you don't, not a big deal. I think some of the affiliates I'm going to be part of is GearBest, Lightning Vapes, potentially Vista Vapors, and I believe there's one more out there. I think it's 3F Vape. And again, guys, if you want to use it, go ahead. If you don't, not a big deal. There are some benefits to using it. I think some people will get discounts on certain things, and if it helps you guys out and helps me out, then great. I don't know. I'm rambling on again, like I do a lot. So this is kind of fitting to the title of the video and title of my new vlog. Again, just wanted to say it and be done with it. So you guys know it's there. and do what you want with it. Moving on, I wanted to move on to another segment, and I know we've done in the past, how has vaping changed your life? How has vaping saved your life? And I want to do a different video from a reviewer perspective. Or not a different video, a different segment, I guess, which would be, how has being a YouTube reviewer changed my life? How has it affected me in the long run? How has it affected me personally? And I want to get into that. It's never really been asked, but I figured I'd put it out there. Basically, being a YouTube reviewer and having done this and having grown as much as I have, which again, I can't thank all of you guys enough for helping me to grow and helping me get to, meet certain goals and help myself and really promote myself a little bit. And it's been amazing. It's been an incredible experience that I have no regrets about it all. I love it. And as far as, my favorite things about being a YouTube reviewer, and I guess the most influential things that have happened since I started doing this, obviously it's got to be the community. I mean, the people I've met in the community on my Vaporium, on the Vapedom, on YouTube itself, who have met people through, it's just been a huge experience for me, and I cannot say enough good things about the people, the people who surround me, and you, the viewers, of course. All of you guys are amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. It's just been an absolute pleasure. I'm humbled by it. It's a truly amazing experience to have met so many people and to be talking with so many people. Obviously, I'm talking about Hank Vapes, Vape and Heathen, all the guys over at my Vaporium, at the Vapedom. Just so much good so much good has come from being a reviewer and putting myself out there, which I was a little bit afraid to do at first. I wasn't super comfortable with the camera at first, and I'm sure it showed in the first couple videos. It's been an overwhelming experience for me, and I can't say enough good things about it. It's just one of those things where, the people I've met, and I've talked about Hank, talked about Billy, but let's not forget you guys as, my subscribers, my fan base, my viewers. You guys have really been the ones who have changed my life, the most. The impact you guys have had on me through your comments, through your feedback, through, just communicating with some of you guys in email even. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to meet every single one of you guys one day. That would be amazing. Obviously, there's a few people I want to give a shout out to in particular in my subscriber base, and not reviewer-wise, but viewer-wise. And those people, are the people who are always commenting on my videos. Shane, Greg, Eros, I hope I'm saying that right, Eros Freitas, I think. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but big shout out to you. You've commented on, I think, every single video I've posted. Greg, you're not far behind there. I think you've done the same. Shane, Alaska Vapor, of course, he's been commenting a lot. Ross, big thank you to you. There's so many here. I'm going to end up missing people, and I don't want to miss anyone, but it's just been amazing, and talking to you guys has just been an absolute pleasure. Jeremy, of course, has been a big one as well. Just so many of you guys have been supporting me, helping me out, and helping me reach my goals and even surpass them, which I never thought I'd do. When I started this channel, I honestly thought a year down the road I'd be lucky to have, 200-300 subscribers. And here we are, only 9 months in, and I'm almost at 1,400, I think, which is just insane. It's just so amazing how you guys have changed my life, and how doing all this has changed my life in general. And I get sent some things for review the odd time, and I'm not getting a ton of things. But I can't complain either. I get enough to, I get a lot more than what I thought I would. Let's put it that way. It's just been, it's been amazing, and the products that are sent to me are probably the one thing on that list that would fall lower than everything else. Meeting you guys, talking to you guys is by far the most important thing to me, and it's just changed me so much as a person, and you guys have changed me as a person, so thank you all so much. I feel like I'm more confident on camera now. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but that's just how I feel. So again, thank you all so much for your support, and truly, from the bottom of my heart, I can't tell you how much it means to me and how much I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you all. Truly, thank you. Moving on from there, before I get too emotional, In fact, I'll take a quick vape break, but moving on from there, let's go into a Robbie Rants section. I've talked about button rattle already in my Cloudcore mini video. I'm going to bring it up again because it's seriously something that I just don't understand. And I don't mean to call anyone out on this, but I have to ask, what is the big deal with button rattle? What is the big thing that people are so obsessed with that every single video I watch, I swear, almost every review I watch, it's just in it. If a device is button rattle, you guarantee someone's going to bring it up. And I can't help but think, was there ever a time when someone commented on someone's video of a review and said, you told me this was a great device, I went out and bought it and it has button rattle, you're an asshole kind of thing? Like, that's the only thing I can think of that would have sparked such an intense focus on button rattle. Because, like I said, almost, I don't want to say every reviewer does it, but a lot of reviewers put it in their reviews, and it's something everybody brings up, and to me, button rattle, I don't really give a shit. I mean, it's button rattle. Who sits there shaking their mod and gets annoyed by it? Like, if you use the mod properly, like I said, I mean, this guy right here, the Cloudcore Mini Plus, button rattle, yeah, if you shake it, but who shakes their device when they use it? It's literally just, here we go. It's used. Done. No button rattle at all. Unless you're shaking it or something. I mean, it's just, again, just something I wanted to rant about, something I wanted to bring up again. Some other things I wanted to bring up is I've started to notice certain reviewers, I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not calling anyone out on this, but I'm just putting it out there for you guys. I've started to notice certain reviewers tend to be less focused on features now and more focused on their own personal opinions. And I know for a fact I'm guilty of it. I've said it before in so many videos that I always give my personal opinion on things, and I'm trying to get away from that. And I want to know something from you guys, if you think a reviewer should be putting their personal opinion on the line or if they should be reviewing a product. Now, to review a product, I'm not talking about just sitting there reading off the specs from the box or something, or reading the instruction manual to you guys and saying, here's what it does, this, and this. I'm talking about reviewing it in the sense of everyday use and how it's been used and how it kind of comes into play. Reviewing it in the sense of course, going over features of the device, the chip itself, for example. I seem, just from what I've seen, it looks like a lot of reviewers are kind of not focusing so much on the chip unless it's like a DNA 200, and more so focused on, again, the whole, well, I liked it or I didn't like it or this or that. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think reviewers should be giving their personal opinion on things? Or do you think it should be, here's a review, you decide for yourself based on what I just told you if it's good or bad? Because so many times it's like, and again, I'm guilty of it myself, so I'm a hypocrite here right now. But again, so many times it's like, well, yeah, I love this device, so I recommend everybody go out and buy it. Well, sure, you love it, but what's your vaping style? What's your audience's vaping style? And again, I've brought this up so many times. Vaping style is probably the most important factor to choose from when picking a device. Very few devices will cover every range of vaping style. There's very few out there. And then you have to mix into the fact you have your vaping style, but you also have your vaping budget. And those can come into play a lot. If your budget is limitless and you want a vaping style that suits your needs, for example, actually here's a good example. I'll give a really good example here. The DNA 200 goes from 7 watts to 200 watts. So does that mean it's for everybody? No. And I'll tell you why. If this is going to be your only device that you're going to be using, that you're going to be vaping on all day, every day, I have to say, personally, and I'll have a review on this shortly, I actually had the VT200, as most of you guys know, but I ended up trading it, and along with some other stuff, for the DNA 200, and I don't hate it. I don't hate the DNA 200, but I can see a lot of people who might. And here's my issue. If your vaping style is like mine, you vape a lot throughout the day, you pretty much never leave, the device almost never leaves your hand, I mean it's just always with you, you're always vaping on it whenever you can. Obviously work is accepted from that, but you get what I mean. If that's your style, the same as mine, where you're vaping it a lot and you're vaping relatively high wattages, let's even say 80 plus watts, this device is not going to last you all day on a charged battery. And with this one, unlike other devices, you can't just pop out the battery and put in a new one, like with 18650 devices. So if this is your only device, let's say you go out and sell all your other vape gear just so you can afford this device, the TNA 200. I think you're making a mistake. If you're like me and you vape a lot, this is not for you. And that just proves my point that there really is no device out there for everyone when you look at every single little detail of the device. This one just so happens to be the battery life that ends up being an issue. If you have other devices with you, there's no question, this thing hits true. It hits nice, it hits hard, it hits well. It is a true powered vape. But at the same time, you're sacrificing a lot of battery life with this device. Is it worth it? You know, I mean, again, if you have a backup device, it's not bad. But if this is your only device and you don't carry a charger around with you, I actually went out and bought a portable charger. It's off to the side right now. It's out of reach, so I'm not going to go get it. But I bought a portable charger for it just so I could take it with me and charge it. So now this $300 device, Canadian, I mean with tax and everything, it's $200 Canadian, so it's not too far out. It's $200 American usually, $250 Canadian I believe. But again, this device anyways goes from $200 to $250, $300 when you start having to carry around a secondary battery pack for it just to charge it, just keep it charged. Because this thing gets about 4 or 5 hours out of it if you're vaping as much as I do at that higher wattage. And again, I mean, just that alone, that particular vaping style and vaping segment of people who vape with, you know, non-stop vaping, higher wattages, and this is going to be their only device, I can't recommend it. If you have a backup device, great. If you don't, you're going to end up getting pissed off 1 or 2 times when it dies on you and you really need a vape. So again, that's just an example, and I want to know your thoughts on it. What do you think about people about reviewers recommending a product over actually what I would call reviewing the product? And there's reviewers out there who do it. I think a lot of us are guilty of it without meaning to be. Like I said, I know I've done it a lot, and I'm trying to stay away from that. I know I do that in my juice reviews as well. In juice reviews, I try to never actually state whether I like the juice or not until the very end of it. Sometimes it becomes more difficult to do that and to avoid my own personal opinion. For example, Adore e-liquids, which you guys are fucking... If you guys haven't tried it, it's the fucking best liquid I've ever had in my life. And again, that's personal opinion only. But in that review, I couldn't help but be excited about it and to show how much I like that liquid or that e-juice because it was that good to me. Maybe there's people out there who don't like it, and if you don't, it's not a big deal. Maybe your flavor profiles are different than mine. Maybe your taste buds, you prefer different tastes than I do. For example, some juices I don't like, or flavors in general. I don't like iced tea or sweet tea, depending on where you are, of course. I don't like it at all. I don't know why I don't like it. I just do not like it at all. I don't like very citrusy flavors. Pomegranate's actually the one exception, but like oranges, lemons, grapefruits, as you'll see in Breaking Mods episode 2, I don't like. And some of those flavors, again, it's so hard to avoid putting my opinion out there because I don't personally like them. You'll probably see my face in a couple videos where it's like, oh yeah, well here's the flavor profile. If you like that, great, but you can probably tell I don't. Anyways, so that's pretty much what I wanted to get out there is, should reviewers really put their own personal opinion in the videos? If they do, should they put it to the end? I mean, does someone's... And I don't know if this does or not, but if someone gives something such a stellar review saying they loved it, they recommend it, they'd buy 10 more of them, does that influence you in any way to go out and buy the product for yourself? And if so, and if you have done it, have you ever regretted the purchase later on because it wasn't as good as what you were expecting based on the hype that a reviewer may have put out on it. Just what I want to know. You know, what do you guys think? Should we be putting our opinions in it? Should we be leaving them to the very end as like a back note? Or should we not have them in at all and just focus on reviewing the product itself based on the features, based on everyday use, things like that? So that's what I want to know from you guys. I'm going to take another quick vape and we will continue Robbie Rambles. All right, guys, we've talked about a couple things now. We've gone through some rants. We've gone through some, important topics at hand. What do you say we talk about some upcoming reviews I have that I'm super excited about? Now, as of the recording of this video, the Cloudflare Mini Plus has not been posted yet because I'm actually recording this immediately after I recorded the Cloudflare Mini review. So that's just a heads up. I know it'll be out by the time this video comes out, but I'm doing a couple videos at once tonight just to try and catch up a little bit on some things. But what I have on the go right now for reviews, obviously the DNA 200, which in that review I'll be doing a full review of the DNA 200 device itself. I'll be going down and dirty, of course. I'll be doing a slight review on the eScribe software and some major cons on the eScribe software, which there's not many except for one big one, that it doesn't work on Macs. I don't know if that's been changed since, but I know it didn't when I first bought it. I haven't tried it on a Mac since then. I don't believe it's out there yet. I hope they do put one out there for Macs because I'm a huge Mac user. Despite the fact I don't actually use an iPhone, I use an Android. But for computer-wise, I love Macs, just my own personal preference. It's really all I own, except for an old Sony laptop up there, which is what I have my eScribe on. But yeah, so that'll be a review. So the DNA 200 will be the device, down and dirty, the eScribe software, the pros and cons, and then I'm actually going to talk about my experience with the DNA 200 versus the VT 200 and tell you which one I personally like better and why. Obviously, I just mentioned that personal opinion should come into reviews, or maybe they should based on what you guys say down below. But what I want to do is just give you my own personal experience through it and tell you why I think which one is better than the other based on everyday use. And again, based on my vaping style and my vaping needs kind of thing. Other than that, I also have a few other ones coming out right now. The CASAA by Unique Vapor Innovations. I'm super excited to bring you that review. That review will definitely be out very shortly. I will also be doing the draw for the Mech Mod giveaway here this week as well, probably Thursday or Friday. Will be that one. I'll also be posting the CREAS finalists probably next weekend, or this upcoming weekend I should say. It's actually Saturday night right now, so I'm just going based on present time. By the time you watch this, it'll be in the week. So yeah, so this upcoming weekend there will be the finalists announced for the CREAS RTA. I also have reviews coming out on a coil jig here, the Revolver Coil Jig V2, the Boom Boom, which you may have seen my first one on this way back when. That was one of my first reviews, actually. They have the V2 out here, and from what I've heard, it's actually the V3. There's a V2 already out that not many people knew about, and this is technically the V3, but they labeled it the V2 for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, that'll be coming out here shortly. That'll be a nice quick review, hopefully, maybe 15 minutes, based on what I usually do here. Other than that, I will have another upcoming giveaway here after the Mech Mod's been announced. I did promise in the Mech Mod giveaway that I would be doing a more beginner style giveaway, so I have this right here, the EVIC VTC Mini, which will be another giveaway I'm doing shortly. I also have, what else do I have on the go right now? I feel like I have a lot more than that, and I'm missing things. I'm sure there's more to come. I mean, there's gonna be more giveaways to come as well. I'm not gonna I'm not purposely trying to run a giveaway every single week, because it kind of feels like I'm basically doing a non-stop giveaway in my videos because I just have so many on the go right now. It'll probably die down after Christmas into the new year for maybe a couple months, depending on how fast my channel grows. It's growing a lot faster than I expected, but obviously I'm not complaining about it, so thank you all. And one more thing I want to touch on actually on the eVic VTC Mini. This again will be a very unique giveaway. And what you'll have to do for this one, I'll just tell you right now, so people can get a head start on it if you're not already aware, and if you've stuck around this long into the Robbie Rambles video. But the eVic VTC giveaway will be posted on my YouTube channel. However, to qualify, you'll just leave a comment as usual. You must be 18 or older, subscriber of mine, blah blah blah, all that good shit. But you also have to be a member of my Vaporium. This device was sent to me by my Vaporium, so in honor of them sending that to me, I think it's a very fitting giveaway restriction, is that you have to be a member of them, and that'll be how I base it on. If the winner is drawn on my YouTube channel, I'll go check on my Vaporium to make sure they are a member of my Vaporium. If your member name is different on my Vaporium than it is on YouTube, let me know in the comments what your not this video, guys, but let me know in the giveaway video comment section when that comes out, again in a week or two, what your username is on my Vaporium. And if you're not already following me and I'm not following you, let me know and I'll follow you, and you can follow me, all that other good stuff. To be honest, my social media skills and my social media knowledge is limited. After all, I'm the fucking guy who said FTW meant fuck the world. I don't know how I fucking messed that up, but clearly I'm not with the times. And yeah, so it is, I don't know, it's just one of those things, I guess. I'm just not hip. Oh, yeah. Would it surprise you to know, like, my favorite jokes are dad jokes? Probably not. I'm not a dad, I'm single, and yet my favorite fucking jokes are dad jokes, so, whatever. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much what's coming up right now. I'm sure I'm missing something. I can pretty much guarantee it. This video is going to be pretty long, guys. I don't know. It's a Robbie Rambles video. It would only be fitting to be like a 2 or 3 hour long video. Hopefully it's not that long. We'll find out. But we'll see how it goes from there. We'll take it from there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll talk about a couple of my other channels on the go right now. By the time this video is posted, episode 2 of Breaking Mods should already be out. So if you watched it, let me know what you thought in the comments below. If by some chance it's not out yet, then I apologize. But we just did filming today for the finale of episode 2, which was fucking amazing, and I hope you guys agree. Again, if it's already out by now. If it's not, then I'm just teasing you guys a little bit, and you know, I apologize for doing that, but it's pretty fucking cool, guys. It is really fucking cool. What we did to that Sigelli 75 watt, I mean, wow. First of all, the way it stood up to those tests before that was a shocker. And then what happened when we did the finale, that was big. That was really cool. That was an experience for sure. Anyways, take another quick vape and talk about some other stuff going on. I always feel awkward like breaking for a vape break. I don't know why, but I just do. So ignore the awkwardness leading up to these vape breaks. I don't know. Just how it is. Other than that, the Great Devape I briefly brought up as well. Some topics that were thrown out to us. You know, should reviewers be held responsible? We talked about that a little bit. We got a lot of good topics come in right now from the comment section, so I'm really excited to see where that goes. I do have to apologize that it looks like we might be ignoring people. I promise we're not. But we want to mix up for the first couple episodes. We had a couple ideas we wanted to put out first. And I'm not even going to deny the fact that it's just all clickbait. We want to get people to see our channel. We want to get people to watch our videos, to subscribe and things like that to help us grow. It's a really fun channel though. We've had a blast on it. It's just amazing. So if you haven't already checked it out and you're still watching this, good for you first of all, but make sure to go check it out. I'll have a link to that in the description as well. Just a lot of fun. But again, we will be looking at I think what we're going to do, and I haven't really proposed this to Danya yet, so hopefully she's on board with this, but what I'd like to do going forward, now that we've had the clickbait videos out of the way, I'd like to actually do more of a random drawing, and how I think we're going to do the future videos. And again, I haven't proposed this yet to Danya, so I have no idea what her thoughts will be on it, but I'd like to do more randomized topics. What we're going to do is take like all the feedback from the comment section, put all the suggestions in a hat, and just draw a topic each week, and that way we'll just debate on that topic, and it'll be a little more challenging that way because we won't have time to prepare our statements. But in order to pick sides, what we'll do is just the loser gets to pick first. So the loser of the previous week will have to pick what side they want to debate on the topic that's drawn. For example, should reviewers be held accountable? The loser will be able to pick yes, they should be, or no, they shouldn't be, and the winner will be stuck with the opposing side, and go from there. So I don't know, just an idea I had. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea, if we should do random drawings for topics, or if you think we should stick with just what we like best and trying to pick a side from there, or how you want to do it. Episode 2 will be out very shortly. I actually have to do the editing after I record this video, because not only am I behind on recording videos, I'm also behind on editing videos. I also did a juice review this past week that I didn't get to edit yet as well, so that will be posted shortly. It might be posted before this episode, it might be posted after. I have to apologize to Cloud Kitchen for taking so long to review their juices. It's just been, it's been pretty hectic, and I haven't been posting as many videos as what I'd like to. I'd like to get into posting videos on a schedule, but that's impossible for me. It's just, my time has just been used up so much lately. It's hard to buckle down and put a set schedule in place, because my schedule is always changing, and not just for work, but just in general, life in general has just been changing my schedule up. So I don't know, hopefully you guys don't mind having sporadic videos out. If you want me to try and put aside set dates for videos to be out, let me know in the comments below. Man, you guys are going to have like 10 comments each by the time this video is out, because I just keep telling you guys to comment on different things. And if you do, that's okay. The more comments you guys post, the better. I love when you guys post comments. I do read them all, like I said before, and no matter how good or how bad they are, I still read them. I haven't been replying to them as much as I would have liked to, and I feel really bad about that, because one of my first commitments to you guys was saying that I will always take the time to reply to comments. And keep in mind, guys, that was back when I figured I'd have 100 subscribers by now, not 1,400. So I have to admit, I got a little bit overwhelmed with that, and I do read them all, and I do look at them all, and I do take the time to think about them all, especially feedback comments, any kind of feedback you guys have. I definitely try and look at them all and just put them into effect in future videos. They're all in the back of my mind every single time I put a video out, which is why I'm doing this vlog segment. I don't remember who it was, and I feel like an asshole for that, so I apologize. But one of my viewers, and I believe one of my subscribers actually, mentioned and almost offended me actually. Someone had posted, you guys, or in my video, you ramble so much, it's such a long video, this should be a 10-minute video, and you put it an hour long, and this and that. And one of you guys actually took the time to reply to him saying, look, that's how Robbie is, he rambles, we get it, it's part of what he does, and take it or leave it kind of thing. And that one comment, it was posted probably a couple weeks ago now actually, but it still stuck in my mind. And that one comment is what inspired me to do this series, the Robbie Rambles series. Chances are this is not actually going to take away from any of my reviews. I'll still probably end up rambling and ranting in all of those reviews as well. Just hopefully it's a little bit less than what it has been. Other than that, I mean, the feedback, I think what I've noticed so far based on the comments is that every single viewer out there watching this varies completely. Some of you guys want super short videos, the 5 to 10 minute long videos or less. Some of you guys want longer videos. Some of you guys love the hour-long videos and have watched the entire video, which is amazing. and who knows who's gotten this far in this video. I mean, I feel like I should do something special for you guys. Hopefully giving you guys a little bit of an insight into my future giveaway on the EVIC VTC Mini helps a little bit. Because I just want to reward you guys for watching it this long. But again, it's just one of those things where, again, I do ramble a lot, and I'm guilty of it. I can't believe this video has gone on as long as it has. It's gone on a lot longer than I expected, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun talking to you guys, and this is the whole reason I started this channel, was to put myself out there and to, I guess, connect with people who share the same interests as me. People who like to vape, people who believe in this, people who believe that this is a viable alternative to cigarettes, people that believe that this is a great, it's a great cause, and it's helped you as much as it's helped me. So I like relating to people like that, and I don't have that in my everyday life as much as what I'd like to, and that's where these videos come into play. Now, obviously, I do go into the vape stores here in Calgary quite a bit, so I know a lot of you guys here in Calgary have met me already, so that's amazing in itself, and I can't thank you guys enough for, there's people out there who have just been amazing and who have met in person. And I'd love to meet, like I said, I'd love to meet all of you guys in person, and I'd love to, connect with you all in person. And to tell you the truth, before I started doing these, I wasn't the most social person. I had a very tight-knit group of friends. None of them vaped, and that's kind of what inspired me to put myself out there a little bit more. And I still am huge friends with all of them. I mean, the guy who did my intro, or the guy who does my intro, the Robbie Vapes intro with the spotlight and everything, he's one of my best friends. If you're watching this, you know who you are, and thank you so much. And I really appreciate you as a friend, and I don't know, guys, I'm getting sentimental again, but can't help it, because I'm so overwhelmed by the support that you've all shown me, and by how much I've grown as a person, as a reviewer, as, a more social, my social life has been pushed more and more than what it was before. I'm definitely pushing my comfort zone, and I love it. I love it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I love pushing my comfort zone now. I love meeting new people, and especially people who share the same interests as me. And I guess with that, let's make a quick announcement here that just kind of happened recently. I really enjoyed talking to people about vaping and how it's helped me and how it can help them and things like that, and devices that are out now and devices that are coming out. So what I did was I actually decided to start working on the weekends as a vape store employee. So I now work for a vape store, which is kind of cool. I don't actually make any money from it because I didn't want to make any money from it. I work for products and things like that, which, store credit, so it works out for me. It saves me a little bit of money in the end for these reviews, and it also, at the same time, puts me in a position and in a environment where I can talk more about vaping, and I can talk to people about, devices that are coming out and devices that have already been released, and what my thoughts are and what their thoughts are. And I think, in a way, this is almost like a market research type role, because what I'm doing is basically trying to get not just my opinion in reviews now, I'll also actually have actual customer opinion on reviews based on what they're saying, and it'll kind of influence my reviews a little bit, which is also nice, because having more than just my influence on a review is going to be huge. I tried to do it with the G Claptons. It worked out pretty well, I think, and I'm going to try and do that again with future reviews, just so we get more than one perspective on it. And my review on something may go from, I hate it, to, you know what, it actually wasn't that bad, just based on a customer's opinion and how they're using it. Because again, I'm doing these reviews on my own personal vaping style, and no one else's, because I don't know what anyone else's personal vaping style is. And I try and warn people ahead of time that, look, here's my vaping style, here's why I like this thing, here's why I don't like this thing, here's why this particular feature is wrong for me and anyone like me, and here's why it might be right for you and anyone like you. So I'll have much more much more feedback on the devices, much more opinions and vaping styles and vaping preferences on certain devices, which I think is huge. Having that aspect is just absolutely amazing, and that's pretty much why I decided to do it. So for now, just again part-time on the weekends, just in my spare time, working at a vape store, kind of doing some market research, if you will, and just seeing how people feel and getting to put myself out there even further than what I have already, and just talking to customers about what they like. So just wanted to bring that up there really quickly. Like I said, I don't make any money from it. It's pretty much just volunteering, and I guess in exchange for some store credit kind of thing. But it's a blast. It's honestly a blast. I did a shift tonight, actually, to be honest, which is why I'm recording so late. I started recording at like 10:30. It's when I started my reviewing the Cloud Core Mini Plus, and it's probably like 4 in the morning by now because I've been going on so long. And I guess that's pretty much it. So wanted to put that out there for anyone who stayed long enough to catch it. Now you know. And I mean, just know that I am working not just toward making my videos better in the production wise, but also making my videos better from the knowledge base as well, and increasing my knowledge based on customers and dealing with people and how you guys think as vapors, because not everything's the same, and I want to incorporate that in my reviews, and I think this is the best way to do that. So with that being said, guys, that is Robbie Rambles. That was episode 1. I'm pretty sure that was actually episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, based on how long this was, but hopefully future ones aren't this long. I just wanted to get a lot of stuff out there, introduce this new kind of topic to the world and to you guys, to give that rambling aspect of my life and put it on film and see how it goes. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the unlike button. You know, I'm not offended by that. If people don't like my videos, I'm fine with that, because I know certain people do, and I know a lot of you guys support my videos. And if people don't like them, or even if you support most of my videos and you see a video come out like, let's say this one, where you feel it's just, you know what, I don't have time to listen to you ramble on for 4 hours. And I'm actually curious how long it's been. I have no idea how long it's been since I've started recording. We'll find out when I post this. And like I said, this won't be cut, this won't be edited, this will be straight up just me rambling on, because that's what the whole idea is about. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if you like my videos, and you find a video you don't like and you don't like it, I'm fine with that. I don't have an issue. If you don't like a video, you don't like a video. And if you want to leave comments or feedback on it, on why you didn't like it, even better. The more I can improve off it, the better. But one thing I will say, and I know very few people, in fact, I don't think many of my subscribers do this, but one thing I will say is that I've noticed a lot of people post things in the comments, and this is just in general, not necessarily just on my video, but in the comments of other videos as well, where they'll post things and say, you're an asshole, you're absolutely wrong, that's wrong, blah, 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 but they don't actually watch the video to understand it. They just make assumptions based on it. For example, I don't want to call anyone out. I'm not going to call anyone out, but I'm going to try and come up with a fake example and see where it goes. Let's say I do a video on... RDAs and why people shouldn't use them. Again, this is a made-up scenario. I know for a fact I won't ever do a made-up scenario on them, but you know what, let's just skip it. Enough is enough, but I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you put something in the comments and you make assumptions, and I've actually already addressed those assumptions in the video, just make sure to watch more of the video, because I do try and put the important things that I know people are going to question at the front. And I feel like in some cases, people just read the title of the video and they'll comment based on the title and not actually watch the video. They'll click on it, play it for 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden put their comment in as it's playing. And so again, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't comment based on the title, comment based on what I say. And not a lot of you guys are guilty of it. In fact, I don't think anyone is guilty of it who's watching this. Certainly not anyone who's watching it this far into the video. But again, just something I wanted to put out there for people who make comments. You know, just make sure you're commenting on the video, not on the title, because sometimes, admittedly, the title can be semi-misleading, and it's partially my fault, so I can't blame them completely. But yeah, if I address that, especially early on in the video, you know, just maybe try and hold off for a minute or two into a video before you start commenting on the title, because usually I try and address it if I do put a certain title in there. Anyways, guys, I just remembered another device I have to review. So if you're watching this far into it, you get to know another device that will be upcoming. It is the .mod RDA, the Petri, the .mod Petri RTA, RDA. It's getting to the point where I can't talk now, so that's probably not a good thing. I'll have to end the video here shortly. .mod RDA, really quickly, I actually have a .mod drip tip on here, and I love it. This has become my new favorite drip tip. It's above and beyond the Third Eye, the Otis, and any other drip tip I've had. Yes, I spent a lot of money on it. I spent $30 on it, and yet I still think it's worth every penny. But I also got the matching RDA to go with it, so I will have a review on that as well. The drip tip, the .mod, it's a drip tip. It's a wide bore. It's actually a super wide bore, which I really like. It fits in secure and snug to pretty much all my tanks. Right now I'm using it on the TFE4, and it's providing a really good vape. I like it. I don't know. Wanted to throw it out there. That's my review on the drip tip. There you go. Purely based on personal opinion, which I love, because I don't know, guys. It's a great drip tip for me personally, purely based on my own opinion. Nothing more than that. Just saying. Anyways, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I was going to do a different rant, but I decided not to. It was going to be pretty much legitimately calling someone out in a reviewer who's a reviewer, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I'm not in any position to call a reviewer out by any stretch, so I don't want to do that for that reason, but also because I just feel like I don't want to start anything with someone else, and I'm not the type of person to hold a grudge based on something or whatever else. I'm not even going to get into the details, to be honest. It's just, at the time when I watched it, it really bothered me, and then I've had some time to sit on it and let it kind of soak in, and I'm over it now, so it is what it is. As far as I know, and maybe I'm wrong, no one's actually called me out directly. I hope not. Maybe they have. If they have, whatever. But yeah, the one reviewer I was thinking of, I mean, doesn't matter anyways, but just the review that they put out was, I felt, very flawed, and I won't put any more details other than that. And if by some random chance, just by off that information, you know exactly what I'm talking about, please don't bring it up in the comments. I don't want to start anything. It's just, I felt like the review wasn't put together as a review, and that's what bothered me. So that's what it was. I'm over it now. You know, it's one of those things where you watch it, you get a little bit angry, and doing the smart thing and walking away from it without leaving a comment is probably the most ideal situation in that case. And walking away from it and not immediately turning on the camera and ranting about it is also another good thing as well. So that's just how it is. I guess other than that, that pretty much covers it. Really quickly, what else do I want to talk about? I think that's it. The AnyBox, which I gave an absolutely terrible review to, I guess I am going to apologize for that, because a lot of that was based on personal preference, and I really didn't do the box justice in that sense. But for me, you know, I made a lot of mistakes in that video as well, so that's one thing I'm not super happy about. The fact that, for example, I called the coils stainless steel coils, and they're actually not. Which, you know what, let's do another rant right now. Why not? We're already probably 15 hours into this thing by now, so I haven't slept for 3 days. I'm just keep recording this video. I don't know how I still have memory on my camera. But let's go really quickly over over one more thing I want to rant about on the AnyBox. The AnyBox, are the coils stainless steel? No, they are not. Am I the only reviewer who made that mistake? No, I am not. I watched other reviews on it after I put that recording out, and I can confirm I am by no means the only reviewer to make that mistake. What are the coils? You get one nickel coil, and you get one Kanthal coil, which is a little bit better, I guess. It makes up for the fact they don't have stainless steel temperature control, so I can't really put that as a fault anymore. But I feel like the labeling on it was super misleading. It's the SSOCC, in other words, the stainless steel OCC. Can't remember what it stands for, but doesn't matter. What I am going to rant about is the reason why they call it the stainless steel coil is because the shell of the coil itself is stainless steel. Now, which is great, except it makes me question what the fuck were they using before in those coils? If you weren't using stainless steel in the coils before, what were you using? Because as far as I know, most coils are stainless steel. And I could be wrong on that, because most manufacturers don't focus on that, but it makes me question everything, because my impression of pretty much every single coil out there, with the exception of the ones that are labeled as, for example, the gold Claptons, which obviously it's gold plated, it leads me to question what were they made of? And that is scary, because that is a housing space for your actual coil. It's something that your liquid is constantly in contact with, and I'm wondering what exactly it's made of if it wasn't stainless steel. I don't know, maybe I'm out of line here, and if I am, I apologize. Maybe this is common knowledge that I just don't know. Maybe this is another FTW moment. But again, it just leaves me question, why is that such an important marketing target that they decided to put it directly in the name of the coil, stainless steel, if it wasn't being used before? What is happening with these coils? Because that is scary to think that these were not made with stainless steel to me. I don't know what they were made of. If they were made with aluminum, maybe. I don't think so. But maybe that would be a little bit better. I'd be a little bit more comfortable with that. But if they're made with like nickel or something, or silver plated isn't bad actually. I mean, silver plated would make the most sense, but to me, silver plated is more impressive than stainless steel, because in theory it would be more expensive. So if you're advertising using a cheaper material to build it, then I don't see what the big hoopla is about. I don't know, guys. What, am I out of line for thinking that? Because I just wanted to know, why on earth would you put so much emphasis on stainless steel coils when you're not actually talking about the coils themselves, you're talking about the housing for it? Seems weird to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is now your 10th comment by now, but let me know what you guys think, and I'm very curious to know what exactly the coils were made of before. Anyways, moving on from there, that's just another rant. I've covered everything. I've run out of things to talk about. Actually, who am I kidding? I really haven't. I could ramble on forever. But yeah, I'll end the video here anyways, and we will call it a night. Thank you everybody for watching who's made it this far. I really wish I had something awesome to present to you as a reward for making it this far. If you have, great. If you've made it this far, you get my personal thank you in the form of a hug. If you made it this far and you ever meet me, I will give you a hug for watching this much of the video. And I'm not talking about you guys who skipped to the end either. You guys don't qualify. But if you've watched the entire video by this point without fast forwarding, or is fast forwarding still a thing on YouTube? I don't fucking know. Anyways, if you've watched it this far and you ever get to meet me in person, I will personally give you a hug. How's that sound? Is it worth it, guys? Was it worth watching a 40-hour-long video to get a hug from me? I'd like to think it was. Anyways, guys, that does it for today. Thank you for tuning in to Robbie Rambles, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all at once here. And thank you all for tuning in. As always, guys, until next time, happy vaping.